And
Yeah.
it's holidays, so
Yeah.
it's like, oh, Dad's drunk. He's
Yeah.
gonna fuck up the turkey again.
again, basically.
He's got the box of wine out. The turkey's gonna be burned, or it's gonna be frozen in the middle.
So true.
Yeah.
It's so true. Oh God.
Teacher talk slowly, always on the syllable. Every step in every way. Don't forget, enjoy yourself. We are English teachers. Aloha.
Aloha, away, Big Rich.
Yes, aloha.
You're like a big palm tree
Kind of.
swaying in the wind, way up high.
I am tall.
You're
I
a
am
big,
tall.
you're a big palm tree boy.
I can see over everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
fantastic.
I was in the train the other day,
Yeah,
and I looked down the car,
right.
and I was like, huh. I think I'm the tallest person on this train.
I'm always the tallest.
I was like, definitely one of the tallest.
Yeah.
I could see very far.
Yeah,
And I thought, wow, if I was Big Rich,
it's like every
I'd
day.
always be the tallest.
It's every day.
Yeah.
It's every day.
When you see someone who's as tall as you,
It's
or-
shock.
Are you? What's your feeling? Are you like? Do you feel like you have to
Jealous.
challenge them?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm the tall guy.
Get out of here.
Who do you think you are?
No, I
Or
just
do you like feel like you want to be friends?
yeah,
with them?
more like friends.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
you're tall. I'm
Yeah, you're tall. Check it out. Let's go
You ever
get some
hit your head?
beers. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
me
that.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm more like that. Or like, I want to know, like, can you buy clothes here or something? You know, do you know any secret places?
Where do you buy your shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. More like that. Doesn't happen often.
You don't meet people as tall as you very often.
No.
Yeah.
And being tall, you're always seeing the tops of people's heads. You can really tell when a girl has dyed her hair and then it's growing out
Oh, because you see the roots.
because you see the roots. Yeah.
You're looking down.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, you might want to dye your hair again soon.
It's actually the reverse because all the girls at work are always like, wow, Richard, you always notice when we dye our hair. I'm like, yeah, because last week the roots were there.
Right in my face.
And this week the roots aren't there anymore. So clearly you dyed your hair.
What's your secret?
What's your secret? My height.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, Rich,
Yes, sir.
this is your birthday week.
It is my birthday week. My birthday.
Happy birthday,
Thank you very much.
Rich.
Yay. Yeah, my 49th birthday.
49 years.
Yeah, going glamping.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday!
Oh,
Happy
oh, sorry,
birthday!
it's on a loop.
Uh-oh.
Happy
Turn it
birthday!
off.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Okay.
It's a lot of happy birthdays.
Yeah, the button setting was
Looped.
Yeah, sorry. About
That's all right. I appreciate
and
it.
hey,
Hey,
nothing to be sorry about.
you can never have enough happy birthdays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always nice when someone tells you.
Indeed.
Happy birthday!
Enjoy your camping trip.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. Apparently, it's an unlimited all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink, so there's no time limit. Which
Oh,
is like,
you mean there's? Oh, wow.
yeah, that's what she
So
said.
it's all you can eat, all you can drink forever.
Forever.
So you're just gonna stay there.
Here's what my strategy is. I don't really want to drink that much, right? So I'm going to order a Guinness at the beginning and just kind of like sip it for a while. I don't know the system because the little igloo-y dome things we're staying at are like far or, hundreds of meters from the hotel. So I don't know how food and drink delivery will work.
Maybe there's delivery robots.
Right. Something.
Maybe there's a drone.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. That'd be cool. A drone would be awesome.
Comes down like a
Just
helicopter
lands on the table.
and it says, Here is your beer, Mr. Kessel. And flies away.
Ben had a good idea. He's like, hold on, it's all you can drink, unlimited. Just bring some empty wine bottles and start filling them up and bring them home. I'm like, that's a possibility, but
Bring wine bottles and
like fill them
in your bag.
Yeah, fill them up, take them home.
And well, I mean, wine bottles are heavy. You could just bring a
A
plastic
plastic bottle, yeah, but yeah.
and bring a funnel.
Just like, why did he order 6 glasses of wine
And you're just
at one
dumping
time?
the glasses in the bottle.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that, but I was like, dang, I could do that.
Well, actually, I didn't know this until recently. Maybe you knew because you're a kind of a wine guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think wine is maybe your favorite drink, isn't it?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. When you open a bottle of wine, you should really drink that within just a few days.
Yeah, that's what people say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked at a winery.
You did?
Well, I mean, not like for an extended period of time. My buddy's wife worked at the winery and she had me do a couple parties where I was just pouring wine at parties. But
More wine, sir?
yeah, basically.
No thanks. Okay. More
Okay, more for me. It was really cool because like all the empty bottles at the end of the party, they just gave to me. So I took home like a box of like half-filled wine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not empty.
Not
open.
like opened in anywhere.
Yeah, because you have to drink it within a few days.
Yeah, and they had special corks that would like suck the air out of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And maybe you can keep it a little longer.
Yeah. So yeah, I did kind of know that as a theory for good wines, but
So when you worked there, they said all these wines are open, but there's still wine in the bottle.
Yeah, they were-
if you want them.
yeah, they were incredibly nice because they paid me a decent amount of money, maybe like $10 an hour or something. They're just like, look, do you want to take home a box of that like half drank wine? I'm like, sure.
Yeah. Wow. Cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Did it a couple times.
Anyway, about bottles of wine. If you buy a bottle and open it, you should drink it in a few days. But if you buy a box of wine, apparently you can keep it for like a month.
Like without opening?
Yeah, because there's no air.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
The wine goes out.
Right, and then there's
But
no access.
no air
to the
comes
air.
in
Yes.
in the bag.
Yeah, that's a good point. So box wine is superior.
You look very happy when you say that. I know you like to buy boxes.
I haven't bought a box in a long time, but yeah, you're right. You're right, because no air gets sucked back in.
Yeah, so if you buy a box, you can keep it for up to like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's.
and it still stays fresh.
Yeah, that's a good point. Boxes are more efficient.
So I thought, oh, maybe I got to buy a box of wine next time. But then I hear my wife's voice in my head saying, don't ever buy a box of wine again. You drink like a pirate.
Yeah, you end up not realizing
How much?
there's no visual,
Yeah.
so you're just like, wait,
When you have a bottle, you see, oh, I drank half the bottle.
Yeah.
Time to slow down.
Yeah.
Or time to stop.
right?
With a box,
You don't know,
it feels like
Right.
it's unlimited.
and you feel liberal in pouring too.
Yeah, that's
right?
what my wife said. She said, a glass of wine, the glass is not supposed to be full.
Yeah,
That's a big, because I have this big round
Yeah.
red wine glasses.
yeah,
And she said that when I buy a box,
yeah.
I fill it up like more than
Yeah, it's like 2
halfway.
glasses at least of
More
wine.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that problem too.
So
Yeah.
maybe the answer is buy a box of wine.
Put it in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've metered yourself to just
Then
one
put
bottle.
it in a bottle.
And then drink from the bottle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
Rich.
Yeah.
I think we've solved.
Solved all the world's problems.
Yeah, I think we've solved wine.
I've done that before.
But what? You've bought the box and
Yeah.
used a bottle?
Yeah.
It is a good idea because then you really do see how
Yeah.
much you drank.
Yeah.
And you,
Yeah.
if you finish a whole bottle, you're like, okay,
You're there. You're done.
okay,
Yeah.
calm down, pirate
Right.
Abe.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna go buy a
You're
box.
gonna go buy a bottle of box.
I'm gonna go right to the store. The problem is, I don't have any wine bottles,
Oh,
so I also have to buy a bottle.
that's a conundrum.
I gotta buy a box and a bottle. And my wife,
She's gonna be like, "What the hell?"
my wife will say, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "No, hey, trust me.
It's the strategy.
They
It's a
have-
strategy.
I have a strategy. I promise." I know what I'm doing. I know this looks bad, but you just have to trust me.
Or like what you do is you just bring the wine bottle to the kitchen and the box is in your closet here, so she doesn't see it. And then
Yes,
when she's like in the bathroom, you run in here and fill the wine bottle up just a little bit so she doesn't know how much you've drank.
She's looking at you,
Yeah.
thinking, "Oh wow, you've only had like 2 glasses."
Oh god.
We're a couple of sneaky wine dogs.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't drink wine much these days
Okay.
because of that.
Yeah.
I have to drink this bottle within a few days.
Yeah. So you
So
wanna-
I'll open the bottle,
Oh,
have a few glasses,
right.
and then the next day, maybe I'm thinking, okay, no alcohol today.
Mm-hmm.
And then I open the fridge and I'm like, but I got the wine.
You got the wine.
I gotta finish it.
Wow. So then the box is perfect for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I don't want to hide it in the closet. That
I'm
sounds
just joking about that.
It sounds a little bit sneaky,
Sneaky, alcoholic.
and a little bit alcoholic,
Yeah.
kind of hiding alcohol in your closet.
Yeah.
But then again, it is a great idea. I do love to have a glass of red wine when I eat beef steak.
Yeah, steak's good. Wine.
And these days, I've been stockpiling beef
Stockpiling your
steak.
steaks.
Yeah,
Right.
because when you go to Dopia, they got pretty cheap and
Reasonable.
good quality,
Yeah.
thick beef
Yes.
steaks.
Yes.
Just the way I like them. I figured maybe I'll just buy a bunch and freeze them,
Right.
and then I can have steak anytime I
Anytime
want.
you want. Yeah. Yeah.
Then I go to Ropia again, and I do the same thing. And then I go again, and I do it again. And now I've got like 7 steaks in my freezer.
I love that though. I keep a lot of meat in my freezer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife thinks I'm crazy for having so much stock, but I keep a lot of food in stock.
Yeah, and if you wrap meat properly,
It's fine.
you can keep it in the freezer for, a couple months
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
And it tastes fine when you cook it.
Yeah.
So that was something, I think that's very North American,
Guess so.
stockpiling food.
Yeah.
We have what we call a freezer chest,
Yeah.
which is like a big box with a lid on top, or some people call it a deep freeze. So you have your refrigerator with your freezer in the kitchen, and then maybe in the garage or somewhere you have the deep freeze.
My parents have the same thing.
right? And you keep all sorts of food
yeah.
stockpiled.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Bread,
Yep.
freeze bread. It
Same,
lasts
same.
forever. Not forever, but months.
In my parents' freezer,
months.
there's probably sourdough bread frozen in there
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, my dad's a hunter, so he's always got strange, wild meat
Right.
in his deep freeze.
Yeah. My dad does something really weird though.
What's that?
So he started doing all the shopping when my mom broke her back
Yeah.
30 years ago, whatever. And he writes the date when he bought the food on every product he buys.
My dad does that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like he has a vacuum sealer,
Yeah.
vacuum packer. So he'll buy meat and then vacuum pack it,
Right.
and then he'll write the date
The
on
date
it.
that yeah.
Makes sense.
I guess. My dad does it for everything, though.
Oh, really?
Canned food, frozen food. Yeah, maybe that is a North American thing.
In Japanese culture, it's very common to go grocery shopping pretty much every day.
Yeah,
And North Americans generally go maybe twice a week.
right. Once, twice, yeah.
You know, maybe you go to Costco once every 2 weeks.
Right.
You buy tons of stuff, you put it in the deep freeze.
Yeah.
And then once or twice a week, you visit the local supermarket for other stuff.
And sizes are just bigger, anyways.
Yeah.
Like the milk that we bought was a gallon, which is like what, 2 liters or something.
4 liters.
Yeah.
A gallon is around 4.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We would always have gallons,
Yeah.
like plural.
Yes.
Like maybe it would be normal to have 12 liters of milk in my fridge.
Yeah.
Even 16, 4 gallons.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 boys.
What about meat? Like my parents always cooked whole chickens. So
Yep.
we'd have tons of frozen chickens in the
Yeah.
freezer. Yeah.
Frozen chickens.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Roast a whole
Right,
chicken.
right.
Very common.
Yes.
That's just a regular Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
A roast chicken.
Yeah. That's not special.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because I think everybody would admit that roast chicken is better than turkey.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It tastes better.
Yes.
It's more juicy.
Yes.
You know,
It doesn't take as long to make.
it doesn't take as long to make.
Yeah.
But for our special holidays,
Yeah.
we always eat turkey.
Which was last week in America, last Thursday.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving is in October.
First, yeah, the first or something, right?
Nope.
No?
I don't remember when. I think it's the 3rd week of October.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Something
I
like
always thought
that.
it was the first. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. It's
I
in
forgot.
October.
I think Thanksgiving is much more important for Americans than Canadians
I think you're right.
because Americans, you have Thanksgiving and then about a month later you have Christmas.
Right.
So Thanksgiving kind of is the beginning of what you call the holiday season.
Right. The day after is always the holiday season.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, Thanksgiving. All right. After this, we're going to be getting ready for Christmas.
Right.
and
Right.
New Year.
Decorations pop up.
And that's when you get the feeling of like, oh, it's Christmas is coming.
Right. Right.
Whereas in Canada, Thanksgiving's in October.
Right. It's
before
way far
Halloween.
away. Yeah, yeah,
So-
yeah.
Anyway, roast chicken, better than turkey. Roast chicken,
Is the best.
underrated.
Underrated for sure.
Roast turkey,
Overrated.
overrated.
It is overrated because if it's so good, why don't we like sell it and eat it all the time? We don't.
Because it's too big. I
Yeah,
guess. That's
yes.
why we have it on special holidays.
Right.
But because it's so big, that's why it's so difficult to cook it. It takes hours and
Yeah.
hours and hours.
Right. Plus, it's frozen, so you got to take it out of the freezer like the day before.
And there's a lot of skill involved
Hmm.
in roasting such a large bird
Right.
to keep it juicy.
Right.
You got to take it out.
Right.
You got to pour the juices
Right.
on it.
Right.
But the problem is, we only eat it a couple times a year.
Yeah.
So nobody really gets the skills,
Yeah, that's so true.
you know?
That's so true. Nobody gets the experience to be skilled at it.
And
yeah.
it's holidays, so
Yeah.
it's like, oh, dad's drunk. He's
Yeah.
going to fuck up the turkey again.
Yeah, again, basically. Yes.
He's got the box of wine out. The turkey's going to be burned or it's going to be frozen in
That's
the middle.
so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. Oh, God.
What is a fond memory you have of Thanksgiving as an American?
I always thought the fondness of the two unique styles that both sides of my family did for Thanksgiving Like my father's side would be like more what you see in Hollywood, like one table, everybody sits at the table. There's very traditional food, your stuffing, your turkey. Very Hollywood-esque kind of traditional way.
Classic American Thanksgiving style.
All the food, the green beans, the pumpkin pies, the mincemeat pie.
And how was your mother's family different?
Yeah, they were just more casual and not always the same food. So it could just be anything. And then they didn't have a big table. So we just did like a standing buffet thing. And it wasn't always like all prepared at the same time. So it could be like, okay, like, you know, the lamb is ready. Like I remember a lot of lamb. And then, you know, it's like, oh, but there's nothing else on the table but the lamb. And then 20 minutes later, like, you know, the potatoes are done. And like, it would irritate my dad. But I always thought it was like, that's the fond memory of me, like having the two experiences and seeing how they're different and casual on my mom's side. Like often an aunt or an uncle would like invite a friend, where like on my father's side, it's way more closed. Like it's just family. The uniqueness of that is sealed in my mind and kind of a fond memory of both styles.
And would you rotate, like 1 year Thanksgiving you go to your dad's family's Thanksgiving and then the next year you go to your mom's, or would you visit both in the same weekend?
I think we would rotate. For Thanksgiving we would rotate, I think, but for Christmas we would do both. So it would be like Christmas Eve was always my mom's side. Christmas Day was my dad's side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Thanksgiving, yeah, rotation, of course.
So 1 year dad, next year mom's family. Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Why were they so different? Was there any cultural reason? Like, are your parents ethnically different? Like your dad's German, your mom's Italian, or something like that?
I would say the influence of my father's parents, my grandparents, were more traditional. And
so they wanted everything to be classic.
Yeah, and this was more like their hometown. Like I think they were born in San Francisco. So the roots were deeper in terms of family. My mom's side, she's from Wisconsin, and not all of her brothers and sisters moved out to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And then they were like, my mom's father was never there. So she was like raised by a single mom. And
she had a more kind of
like
a less structured family.
Yeah, and then the move, and like there was no tradition, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, interesting.
So, and then it was a lot of like free-spirited sisters, so they just kind of did their own thing. And
interesting.
It was very much also because there was, I don't know if this is because, but like my father just had a sister. So it was like always we went to her house because she had a bigger house. So the tradition was always like mired in the same thing. We're going to my Aunt Elaine's house. My grandparents are going there. We're going there. It's always like the tradition, the same cups, the same glasses, the same everything. We're like, on my mom's side, it would shift around to like 3 or 4 different sisters. And then it was very potluck.
Oh, cool.
Where like my father's side, my aunt cooked everything.
Right. So much more flexible.
Yeah. And then it would be like, oh, you know, my Aunt Carol's going to make like the lamb. And you're like, lamb? Like my dad would be like, but it's supposed to be turkey.
Hey,
yeah.
This is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Lamb?
Yeah.
Right.
And my mom's side was more like, you go at 4. You have 1 to 2 pre-drinks with snacks. Ding, ding, ding. It's dinner time. The wine gets opened. The pre-dinner drinks were
Boxes or bottles?
Bottles. They were always like a whiskey or a martini, like a heavy, hard drink. And then dinner. And then my uncle had like a bar in his house with after-dinner sweet drinks, amaretto, whatnot,
wow.
Baileys. So it just, everything
So you
happened
grew up
the
in a
same.
sea of alcohol.
Oh, yeah. They were drunk. And then my mom's side, most of them didn't drink except for my dad and my mom's sister's husband. So they would get like really drunk. And they were like technically in-laws because it was like my mom and her sisters, and then
Yeah, your
mom.
dad was getting drunk with his brother-in-law.
brother-in-law, and
Yeah.
like they're not family, and they're still really good friends.
Cool.
Yeah. No, it was wonderful. Like I liked both ways. Yeah,
Yeah, well, it sounds nice.
yeah,
You know, now that I have a kid and she's talking and everything, and I think about, I got to kind of keep some family traditions alive. And I think about what things memories I want to create for her that she can fondly remember
yeah.
as you're doing now. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking about that.
I've got tons. Like for the first 10 years of my life, maybe slightly more, we actually got a real tree from a Christmas tree farm. I have fond memories of going to these farms and me and my dad and my brother and my sister and my mom like looking at all the trees and choosing like the perfect sized shaped tree and then cutting it down and then putting it on top of the car and tying it down and driving home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those memories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were good.
Ah, memories.
My aunt had a really nice house on a hill overlooking like in Marin County, like the north part of the San Francisco Bay Area. Really like expensive, nice house. Huge yard that was like next to the forest. So it was like there was no like neighbor.
Right.
And every Easter we would go there and do like the Easter egg hunting.
Oh,
but it was like
that's so
all over. I mean, it was huge. It was like a huge house, a huge yard. That's like a super fond memory. Yeah.
Love Easter. That's
Yeah.
something I'm definitely gonna make a big
Yeah.
thing out of for my
Yeah.
daughter is
That's
Easter
a
egg hunts.
Crazy cool.
I made Easter egg hunts for my wife.
Did you? That's cute.
Yeah, I just like it's fun. Like when she came home one day, I just put a sign on the door that was like, "The Easter Bunny has visited, and
Oh my God.
see if you can find all my eggs." I made Easter egg hunts for Ben's kids one year too.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
I just love Easter egg hunts. It's fun. I did them even in my event.
Did you really?
Yeah, like I hid Easter eggs around
That's cute.
the workshop
Right.
classroom, and then at some point, I surprised people like, there are these eggs hidden around. You must find them. It's silly. It's fun though.
Yeah. I think I'm making memories this year. Like, usually I'm a bit not interested in celebrating Christmas, but my
Now
wife
you're a
is.
married man.
Yeah, and so like I've bought decorations and she's bought decorations and the house is all decked out and
Cool. Yeah, we usually decorate.
yeah, it's fun and she's like super excited and like the way she talks about Christmas, she's like, Santa's on. This is my bag where Santa's on brings me gifts. I'm like, okay, but it's all cute. Like my point is, it's like
It's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, come to 55freebird.com. Check out the events page. Also, check out my shop where you can get the aforementioned goods. Come to Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. Please, please, please. Also, you can comment on each episode on Spotify. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week.
Bye, guys.